For many motor caravanners, the route to touring nirvana is a long one. You start out with your tent, upgrade to a caravan, before finally landing the motorhome of your dreams. However, for many that last step can be awkward when you discover that the addition of an engine and a couple of front seats has severely compromised interior space compared with your old tourer. With the new advanced 76.4, however, Bailey hopes to make that transition a little bit smoother, with a layout that feels very familiar to caravanners. It shouldn't feel too alien from the outside either, because this van borrows heavily from the flagship Unicorn range. It's got the same 7-foot 6-inch body, similar graphics and the same flush-fitting windows as the new model. It even has the same rear bumper for the habitation area, which is built with the same Alutech construction method. It looks a whole generation more modern than the old Advance and brings it much more in line with the top-spec Autograph range. Like the Autograph, it rides on an Alco AMC ultra-low profile chassis, but there are some key differences, not least the fact that it's a full 6 inches narrower. It also features hubcaps instead of alloy wheels, and up front there's a 130 horsepower version of the Peugeot Boxer diesel engine. At 7.6 metres long, this model is the largest in the new Advance range, yet it still manages to sneak under the magic 3,500 kilos for MTPLM. It's great to see a couple of details, such as an access hatch to get at the storage area inside the van here on the near side, and of course having the hookup and the toilet cassette hatch relegated over to the offside away from the habitation door. But if you think this new exterior is exciting, just wait till you see the changes inside. It's probably fair to say that the interior of the old Advance was rather controversial. With its blacks and reds, it felt really quite Spartan, and that wasn't aided by the low spec. However, with the new model, they've gone for something a lot more appealing. There are these rather nice new surfaces, the locker doors are finished in white gloss and eucalyptus, and the trim is a very inoffensive oatmeal. In the cab, matched to this rather pleasant leatherette finish. This new model replaces the old 640, which had a fixed near-side bed, but instead of that van's tiny corner washroom and central wardrobe, the layout has been completely revamped, as we'll see shortly. Now, if you don't need 4 belted travel seats as in the 76.4, you can opt for the 76.2, which has an even more caravan-like lounge with parallel sofas. Either way, you get a lovely open aspect, and that's aided further by this enormous new roof light, which is standard equipment. In fact, everything you see is standard because Bailey has done away with those frustrating option packs, which were never really optional. And despite this being the entry-level range, you get plenty of kit. In the cab here, there's aircon, a DAB radio, twin airbags and concertina blinds all round. That's fantastic to see. This is a lovely sociable lounge space, which can just about seat 6 at a push, with an extension part for the table so that those people sitting over there on the near side can reach their dinner. And at night, of course, you just drop the table and it turns into a generously sized double bed. But of course that front bed is likely to be only for guests. The main event is back here, this large fixed near side double. At 6 foot 4 inches long, it's 3 inches longer than the transverse island bed options, and there's masses of space underneath to make the most of the 655 kilo payload. Do you know what? We're so close to the kitchen, you can almost make breakfast without getting out of bed. As ever with Bailey, it's a pretty well-equipped galley area. There's a combination oven and grill, a 3-burner gas hob, and a microwave as standard. There's no cutlery drawer, but there is a pair of sockets and a decent-sized square sink, plus a good amount of storage. If it feels a bit light on food preparation space, well, you can always pop over to the other side of the van and use the sideboard that sits over the gas locker, which incidentally can hold 2 6-kilo gas bottles. Although you may find you'll be fighting for space with the TV, which is of course why Bailey has put the relevant sockets there for it. There's bags of overhead storage back here, plus each bed occupant gets their own little shelf and a reading light. And what's particularly nice is that those reading lights are both dimmable and they feature USB charging points, so you can charge up your phone overnight, leaving it on your little shelf alongside your book. Another detail that long-term tourers will like is this rather neat dressing table. It features a cabinet beneath, a mirror above, and of course a socket for you to plug in your hairdryer. Alongside it there's a decent sized wardrobe, and of course there's a cut out of the foot of the bed so that you still get decent access to the washroom at the back. And it's those final details, the resighted wardrobe and the full width end washroom, that really give us the sense of space in the living area of this van, and of course that classic caravan feel. The washroom is unusually large for an affordable motorhome, with a pair of cabinets, an electric flush loo and a window, although it's a shame it's not smoked for privacy. The shower cubicle is generous and boasts a classy granite effect, plus a vent in the roof. And there's a single outlet in here for the Truma 4E Combi blown air heating. The first generation Advance has been a surprisingly slow seller for Bailey, a company that's better known for packing plenty of kit in a surprisingly affordable package. This new version of the Advance is likely to cost around 10% more, but you really can see and feel their extra cash throughout the van. And while this layout is starting to lose favour in the caravanning world, in a motorhome it's still a great way of fitting in a good-sized fixed bed without losing that all-important sense of space. It works brilliantly in the 76-4 and offers a real slice of luxury, whether you're switching over from a caravan or simply looking for something a little bit different.